In today's video, I'm going to show you how you can create this kind of cut-through effect in After Effects. So first of all, you need 3 clips for this kind of effect. One is throwing the card and the other one holding the card and pretending as if you catch the card, and the other one is the close-up shot of the card. These are the 3 clips that you'll be needing. By the way, you can also grab this project file on my Patreon page, and if you really love what I do and want to support me, that's also the way you can support what I do by becoming a Patreon member. I would really appreciate that. Alright, let's jump inside After Effects and let's get started. Import all the assets inside After Effects. Drag and drop the clip 1 inside the new comp icon. Hit Ctrl K on the keyboard for the composition settings and rename the comp and extend the duration to 12 seconds. Trim the end of the clip to the point where you pretend to catch the card. Now import clip number 2 to the timeline and try to match the cut so that you are actually catching the card. For this kind of effect, you need a clean plate. So to do that, go to the end of the clip, and right here where you see me walking out of the scene, you can just split the clip by hitting Ctrl Shift and D. Now select this chunk and right click and go to time and freeze frame. Now you have to move this clean plate at the bottom of all layers and stretch it to the length of the timeline. You can also rename the layer to clean plate to stay more organized. Now all you have to do is import the final clip and match the cut. So for the last clip, we'll just leave that for now, and let's go to the first clip and let's clean the footage. Now go to this time frame and split the clip, go a few frames ahead, and you have to split it again here. So the whole idea here is to mask out the cut. Now you have to draw a mask around the cut using a pen tool. Set a keyframe for the mask path and move forward and always follow the card. Alright, let's go to the project panel, select the card front and drop it to the new composition icon. You can select the other file, which is the back side, and you can just drag it inside the timeline. Ctrl K to go to the composition settings, and you can rename the comp to card comp or whatever name you like. Create a null object, make it a 3D layer and parent both the card layers to the null object. If you rotate the card now, you can see that the front layer is on both sides of the card. To fix this, you'll have to offset the Z position values of the back of the card to 1. Now the card is ready. You can go to the project panel and drag and drop it to the main comp, make it a 3D layer, and you can check this gear icon for collapse transformation. Now scrub through the timeline and go to this timestamps and scale the card down roughly to the size of the card that you are holding. You can also move the card around and try to match the real live action card with the CGI card that we have just created. Now hit P on the keyboard, set a keyframe at this point, set a position keyframe at this point, go back a few frames, and you can move the card up in the Y axis so that it is out of the frame, and you can go backward a few frames again to the point where you start throwing the card, and you can bring back the card down in the Y axis. You can select all the keyframes, F9 for easy ease. You can go to the graph editor, make sure you're at speed graph, and make the graph something like what I'm doing here. Now all you have to do is look at the hand gesture and try to match the card movement just by adjusting the position keyframes. Once you're happy with the speed of the animation, you can just trim the card layer. R on the keyboard to bring up their rotation. Set a keyframe for the Z rotation and go to this middle keyframe, and I will set this to 3, or depending on the speed you're looking for, and keep in mind that you might not have the same values like mine. And once you're happy with this rotation, select all the keyframes, F9, and go to the graph and tweak the graph to something like this. Now that we have the first clip cleaned up and the card animation in place, you can go to the second clip and you can do the same like before. You can just mask out the card using the pen tool and animating a mask path like we did before. You can just do the exact step with this clip number 2. Now I will import the card comp again, make it a 3D layer, and check the gear icon for collapse transformation and try to match the card again here. Right after the card motion blur that you have here in the live action footage, I will try to continue the animation in 3D space. Set a position keyframe at this point. You have to match the rotation of the card here. Make sure you don't touch the X and Y rotation here, it's just using the Z axis. Now scrub through the timeline and go to the close-up shot of the card at clip number 3 and try to match the card here using the position values, the Z position values. You can just and try to match the size and rotation of the card. Alright, now we just have this straight animation, but we have to follow the hand gesture and refine the animation path. I'll set one more keyframe at the beginning and move the position of the card at this keyframe. Easy is all the keyframes by hitting F9 on the keyboard. Now this is very important. Select this keyframe, right click and go and select this keyframe interpolation. Change it from linear to Bezier. Now that you have these Bezier handles, you can smooth out the animation path using the Bezier handles. Now what I like to do is go to tool views and select the top view. Now you can select the keyframe and adjust this Bezier handles. At the same time, you can go to the front view and you can adjust it if needed. Now that you have the position animation, we have to spin the card to have some energy in the motion, right? So set a keyframe for the Z position and I will set the number of rotation to 12. 12 looks fine to me for this motion. Yours might be different from mine. And don't forget to easy ease the keyframes, that's very important. Select the clip 3 and just as you're holding the card, you can split the clip here and move it above the card. The reason why I did that is I want to roto out the hand, so I will rename this layer to roto hand or whatever name you want to give. Make sure you set the resolution to full and you can roto out this. Go to the effects and presets, search for camera lens blur and drag and drop it to clip number 2. Set the blur value to around 30 and set a keyframe. Go back to the beginning of the layer and set the values to 0. Select all the keyframes and easy ease them. Now all you have to do is roto this stick out. To do that, you can split the layer and you can rotoscope the hand. Simple as that. That's how you create this kind of effect. I hope you like this video. Make sure you check out my Patreon page for the project files. That is also the way you can support what I do, and I would really appreciate that if you become a member. Alright, thanks a lot for watching and I will see you in my next video. Take care.